1-800-FOOD-RUT. Helping you with your food stuff. 1-800-FOOD-RUT. Welcome back to 1-800-FOOD-RUT. I'm your host, Asia, and I'm here to help you with your food stuff. So welcome back. As we know, Mother's Day is almost around the corner. So I'm going to do a little mini series where I'm going to give you a food idea and a craft idea. The craft idea will be in the episode coming up after this one. So as I said, Mother's Day is coming up, and you're probably thinking like, okay, what am I going to do for Mother's Day? If you're making the decision to host, you're probably going to do a lunch brunch type of a thing, and I want to offer something to add to the table or be the inspiration for everything that you choose to make, which is going to be a chicken, broccoli, walnut, and shallot flatbread. That was a mouthful, but it's also very, very delicious. Okay, so something like a good little bite, something that could be hefty as well. So let's get started with this. I'm gonna tell you the ingredients, and then we're gonna go from there. The ingredients that I'm gonna be using, so I got me some naan, that's gonna be my flatbread. I got some chicken, that's gonna be my protein, some cream cheese, shallots. Oh, my broccoli is not up here, okay? My broccoli's in the fridge, I gotta get it out. And some lemon and walnuts, okay? So I'm gonna go and saute the chicken, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm not gonna show you how I saute my chicken because you know how to saute chicken. I will be seasoning my chicken with just garlic powder, salt, and pepper, making it quick, making it easy. Once I saute the chicken, I'm gonna come back, and we're gonna be working with prepping the broccoli, prepping the shallots, getting everything else ready for the flatbread. And of course, you know, it's gonna be some conversation. Of course, you know, I'm gonna tell you some other ways you could do it and all that good stuff. So let's get to sauteing this chicken and come back with the broccoli. Yeah, I was like, my broccoli, it's not in. Let's prep out some broccoli. Now, I was thinking about like, what would you do if you if you're not using fresh broccoli? I'm pretty sure you can still do it with frozen. What I would do is once I finish cooking the chicken, like what I'm gonna do, I would just like kind of put a little bit more oil in the pan if there isn't enough grease in the pan, depending on what cut of chicken you're using. Am I cutting up all of these? I am cutting up all of these. I would just add a little bit of oil to the pan. You don't need to see me cut all of these. Just know that I'm cutting all of these. Put that in there and then toss those in there. I would probably kind of like defrost them a little bit. Toss it in there or go. Or maybe even do frozen just to kind of get it coated. And then go from there and then probably cut them in half. Anywho, one day I was watching, I don't know where I was watching online. Anyway, this man was talking about this man. There was a guy who was showing like something different to do with your broccoli, which is what I'm doing now. Because he was like, you know, if you roast broccoli, typically you roast it like this. And you season it up, put a little oil on it, and put it in the pan. So he was like, you know, if you actually cut it in half, so you get this nice flat surface, and then put it on the pan, then you're able to get some browning, which which will provide more flavor. So I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna do that. Because when I was figuring out what I wanted to eat, because I actually made this like last week, and I was like, what do I have? And I was like, well, I got some broccoli I need to cook. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just do a quick little flatbread. Because I was like, what do I have? I got some chicken. I got some cream cheese because I used cream cheese last week for the mushroom kale white sauce. So I was like, okay, I got a little bit of cream cheese. Let me just use that up. So I used that up for this. And then I was like, okay, what else do I want? So that's kind of how I got here. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. So we're going to cut it in half. When when the chicken is done, then we're going to add it into the skillet. And now I have a shallot. So I'm pretty much doing the same thing with the shallot. I'm going to just cut it in half. And we're gonna go from there. Let me just show you how to cut it in half let me just show you how I'm doing it. So I'm doing it the long, not cutting the long way, but cutting the short way, which would be width. Shout out to measuring vocabulary. So yeah, so I kind of made it kind of nice and thick. So that way when I'm cooking it, I'm only gonna sear it on one side so it don't fall apart. Because if you do it too thin, then it's just gonna fall apart and that kind of defeats the purpose. So when we come back, the chicken will have been finished sauteing because it's over there cooking. And then we'll get to doing our broccoli. And I'm gonna cut up the rest of my broccoli. All right, so see you back here in a second. We've cooked our chicken, sauteed, got a little oil left, and a little bits of fond. So again, we're just going to be putting our broccoli sliced side down to absorb all of that good fond to flavor it. We're just gonna cook it till that one side is pretty much brown. You don't need to do it on the other side because obviously it would be difficult anyhow. So that's all we're going to do. I'm gonna put the rest in. I'm gonna do the same thing for the shallots. Just placing those bad boys in. Same thing for them, just one side, because as you can see, they are a little on the delicate side, so they will fall apart, but it's okay if they fall apart. Life will go on. So I'm probably gonna have to do 2 rounds because I got mad broccoli left. Oh, piece of shallot missing. But anywho, that's what we're gonna do. Let me get away from all this popping before it gets on my sweater and I be mad about it. Because yes, where I am, they decided still don't want to be spraying. Anyway, when I come back, we're going to be at prepping, giving you some variations, and then we're going to be eating. So see you soon. So, thanks for helping me out. This just rolled away. Anywho. So we're going to take some naan. As you can see, it is frozen. Got a little ice crystal on her, but she'll be all right. Hold on, let me fold this under because it's going to keep doing what it's doing. All right. So as I promised you, actually, let me move you over here because it's going to be a little bit easier. So we're going to just take the cream cheese and we're going to spread it on. So, as I said, I'm going to show you some other options. Now, I've done this before by using cream cheese, naan bread. Oh, for my flatbread, For my flatbread, I'm using naan. You can use a flatbread. You can use pita. What else could you use? Why am I forgetting all of my other options? Naan, pita, some other type of flatbread. You can use pizza dough. You can definitely use this as a bagel. Just imagine like put it all together, making a little sandwich. But you can still use it with a bagel. You can also use it with like classic white bread if you want to go that route. If you want to make crostini, you can have like a bagel, half a baguette, and do it that way too. Or a French loaf or a ciabatta. Just find something that you're going to use for your flatbread. All right. I think we're almost done here. So like I said, I've done it before, but I still use naan. I use cream cheese as the base as well. That's why I love it, because it's just cream cheese. Because it's non-flavored cheese. You can for sure use a cream cheese that has a little flavoring to it. I'm using a lot of cream cheese for this one. Hold on. We don't need that much now, girl. We're going to stop there. Some cream cheese that has like some herbs or some chives or some other type of flavoring. I think this also would be good with possibly like some mascarpone cheese. Maybe, I was trying to think of another one. Maybe a ricotta if you like put some seasoning in it. But whatever you choose to do as far as this, what's going to be your spreadable cheese base. Like I said, in my case, I'm going to be using sautéed chicken for my protein. I've definitely done it where instead of chicken, I did deli meat. I did turkey. So you can for sure use turkey. So with that one, I did the same thing. Cream cheese, turkey. Then I did, what else? Cream cheese, turkey, Parmesan cheese. Then I put some basil on it at the end. Like after I cooked it, I put the basil on there. And then I topped it with some balsamic glaze. It was so good. But anyway, you can do what you want to do there. I'm going to hold off on the chicken because I still need to put all my other accoutrements on here. So, as you can see, it's going to be a little loaded. But that's okay. That's okay. So, anywho, I'm using broccoli, but you can for sure use spinach. You could use Brussels sprouts. You could use asparagus. You can even do the veggies that we used last week, and, which is like sauteing the kale and mushrooms and doing it that way. Just figure out what you want to do. Choose your veggie of choice. As far as the onions, I would say whatever type of onion situation you use, just make sure you cook it. So that's if you're using shallots. Like I'm using white onion, red onion, a yellow onion, scallion. Maybe not necessarily cook, but I mean, live your life and do your thing if you want to go that route. Okay. So we're here. And yeah, we got everything together. And that's pretty much... I'm going to bake it for about 10 minutes because I need to get this to be cooked. So you're not really melting any cheese. You're just kind of warming it up. The chicken is already done. So you don't really need to cook it unless you're doing like a pizza dough, then you'll for sure need to cook that. But other than that, this is what we have. All you need is figure out whatever you're going to use as your flatbread, some spreadable type of cheese, a protein of choice, a veggie, some type of onion, and all that good stuff. So let me put this in the oven. Oh, and the reason why I'm adding walnuts is that's like so random. This is because I was like, I need a crunch. And I want a crunch that's going to give me something to it. And something about walnuts give you a little, that's a crazy look. But it really just helps. It adds to the crunch. It gives a nuttiness that the Parmesan cheese would give. But it also has some like, I don't know what the flavor profile is, but it has something. So let me get this in the oven. When we come back, we're going to be serving. You'll see me top it with the Actually, no, you won't see me top it with the walnuts. See me with the walnuts, but you will see me put some lemon juice on it because the lemon juice comes in clutch. It cuts through. Because cream cheese is thick. It cuts through. And that's why I also used the lemon because I was like, oh, I need something to cut through the richness of the cream cheese. And also cream cheese don't really have that much of flavor. It has a little bit of a tang, but I need more of a tang. So that's going to be what we're going to do here for real this time. And I'll be back. And I'll be back at the eating portion. And we're done. I would slide it, but tilt it rather, but it's going to slide. But we're done with our chicken, chicken, broccoli, walnut, shallot, flatbread. A mouthful, but man, delicious. Okay? So, oh, got a little something on my fingernail. What's that all about? Anyway, which one do I want? I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah. So, let me tell you, the lemon juice, it helps it. It's good without the lemon juice, but I was eating it and I was like, you know what, lemon juice would really be good with this. And it does. And the walnuts, I'm trying to get a piece with all of it on there. It's so good. Oh my God. It is so good. We'll definitely add some red pepper flakes, some jalapenos. Oh, I was meant to say that when I was talking about the onion. I would prepare my onions in some type of way. So either sautéing them with the fond or pickling them. Because you just need something to cut through. So that's what I'm like. In some form of fashion, you need some acid. Of course, you can put some hot sauce on here. Live your life, do your thing. Peppers. Some basil will be good on here too. But I was trying to kind of keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to do too much. But whatever herbs you need to finish, some cilantro. And all of that other stuff. You know, maybe do it with some pesto and some chicken. Or some pesto and shrimp. I don't know, girl. I don't know, boy. I don't know, person. Live your life and do your thing. But anywho, again, this is just a suggestion of something to add to the Mother's Day brunch that's coming up. Give you some time to try it out to see what you like. Think about other things that you already like and what you want to put on the flatbread. Or, like I said, I made this for dinner. I was tired. And I was like, what do I have at home? Because again, these are things that I literally just have. Because I just have a lot of stuff. But most of the stuff is easy to get. Like I said, you could do any type of bread. Put some type of spreadable cheese. Choose your protein. Choose your veggies. And boom, there you go. So yeah, until next time when we'll be doing the craft for Mother's Day. I think I'm doing a craft. I want to do a craft. I was between a craft and a drink, but we shall see. Either way. Until next time, bye. A little bit for you. You had that piece. That piece ain't got a lot of broccoli. Okay, you had this piece because it got more broccoli. We need our veggies. Bye.